The Washington Commanders are definitely going to take a quarterback in the draft, but the question is, which one are they going to take? So today, we are going to rebuild this Commanders team with the last quarterback I have never used in a rebuild. I don't know why I'm trying to build suspense. Y'all have seen the title. We're going to be rebuilding this team with Drake Maye. And this is probably going to be one of the hardest realistic rebuilds I've done in a long time, because this team on paper doesn't really happen to be very good or young. And that isn't exactly a great combo for a rebuild, believe it or not. But I absolutely love a good challenge, so I am super excited to get into this. And I'm going to keep this intro super short, so once again, it has been seeming to work very well. No like goal on this video, but if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. I would very much appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton, and it lets me know y'all want to see more like this. And it helps YouTube know people are enjoying these videos. And once again, massive thank you for 50K. I currently have the special video in the works, so that should be coming out either this week or early next week. We'll see. But subscribe for more if you haven't already. It'll make you an OG of the channel for when we inevitably hit 10 million subscribers, definitely. And all I do are rebuilds, so if you like rebuilds, you're definitely in the right place. And very last thing, massive shout out to Zion Williamson. I think they were the first to suggest it, and that's a hell of a profile picture. But massive shout out for the suggestion. Their link is in the description. And if you want to shout out, or if you just want to let me know what type of rebuild to do, let me know that down in the comments. Can be a realistic rebuild, or whatever you can come up with, let me know that down below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this rebuild, and let's add Drake Maye to the team. Oh yeah, I forgot this game just kind of does that. Well, we're gonna take Caleb Williams and we're gonna trade him for Drake Maye, but just pretend this is me taking Drake Maye. But now the actual draft starts, and what are the Commanders mocked to do? But in the second round, I'm gonna go with Chris Braswell. That's who I've seen mocked to him a little bit, and another player that I don't know if I've used in a rebuild before. So we will hopefully get the future of our pass rush here, the future of our D-line, in Chris Braswell. And he also has hidden dev. I know Drake Maye does, obviously, but we couldn't pick him. And I definitely feel like the Commanders are going to draft a lot of defense with Dan Quinn as their head coach. But we're actually going to switch it up here, and we are going to go with Cooper Beebe. I like him a lot. And this team's O-line isn't great. They signed a few players, but they're not exactly great players yet. So we'll try to upgrade, and we will go with Cooper Beebe. Another hidden dev, 94 strength. All right, I think we did pretty well. But here's how we did in the draft. It was pretty good. Obviously, no more Caleb Williams, but he still shows up here for some reason. Oh yeah, and keep in mind, I always feel the need to say this. My, draft classes have lower overalls, but most players have a good dev trait. So this doesn't look good compared to a regular Madden draft, but this was a pretty damn good draft. But Braswell's a 75, BB's a 73. We also added Tez Walker in the third round, Max Melton. Like, this was a pretty solid draft, and we filled out current needs and potential future needs. I kind of forgot to take a tight end earlier, so we just went with Trey Knox, I guess. But yeah, good draft, and let's get into year one. But here's a look at the team heading into year one. Only a 78 overall, but we should develop a lot throughout the year. We have a lot of younger players, and it's going to be really interesting to see how Drake Maye does. I'm a big Drake Maye believer. I feel like he's become really overhated at this point for no real reason. It seems like there's always that player in the draft every year where people just get bored of him. The same things kind of happen with Caleb Williams. Like, I don't know. I think both are really good. Hot take, I know. The top two projected picks are good. I am worried about our O-line. I think Braden Daniels is the projected starter at left tackle, so we'll see how he does. He is young, but I don't know if he's the future here, at least in this franchise. And then the defense is also looking pretty good. An 80 overall, it's better than our offense. I do think our offense will pass up our defense in terms of overall by the end of the year, though, just because it is younger. Also, now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure if they are going to take a pass rusher in the second round. I forgot they also have Frankie Louvu, but they still might. Like I said, Dan Quinn obviously loves his defense, for better or for worse. But let's get to the midseason point of year one, and we will see how this team does. Year one could be rough, but we're a 78 overall, so that's kind of to be expected. Okay, we're actually better than I expected. We are 3-4 at the midseason point. We'll take it. Our offense is like considerably better than our defense, though, despite being a lower overall. You know what I forgot to do is change our playbooks. We'll stick with the offense because, I mean, it's working, but we'll go Dallas for defense. Ooh, and Chris Braswell has superstar dev. I forgot what dev trait I gave him, so we'll definitely take that. And then Drake Maye also has superstar dev. So I think that'll prove to be a really, really good draft for us. But I may or may not have have forgotten to press record just now. I re-signed Sam Cosme. Jeremy Chin rejected us at the midseason, but he was asking like a 5-year deal when he got a 1 year in real life, so I'm kind of glad he rejected that. I'll try to re-sign him at the end of the year, but I don't know if I want to give him a 5-year deal, and he didn't take it to begin with, so that's not my problem. I don't know. And we have a few players this team just signed in real life, like Bobby Wagner, Dante Fowler, but they're both kind of older. They're both at least 30. Wagner's 34, so I don't know how badly I want him back. Plus, Fowler doesn't get any playing time, and he's not interested. He probably will get playing time in real life, but we have younger guys there. I'm more worried about the future of this team. So we'll just reassess the rest of these deals at the end of the year. We might bring back 1 or 2. I don't know who, but maybe a couple of them. But let's pretend we're still at the midseason. I don't want to show our record because we're almost at the end of the year, but let's get to the end of the season and we will see what kind of record we finish with. But in year 1, we somehow finish 12-5. How? The rest of the playoff teams look kinda normal at least. I don't know about the Broncos, or the Panthers, but the rest of the teams here definitely could be playoff teams. I guess the Panthers maybe could. They actually have a good head coach now, but how did we make the playoffs? Let's go super quick over our season stats. I have a feeling Drake May did pretty well, and he definitely did. 3,800 yards, 35 touchdowns, which breaks the record. 11 picks. He was very good. Hopefully Rookie of the Year, we'll see. Brian Robinson, almost 1,300 yards, 4.5 per carry, 10 touchdowns. Terry McLaurin, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Dotson did pretty well. Braden Daniels wasn't very good at left tackle, but that's fine. He was like a 67 overall. Wagner led the team with 124 tackles. We had a lot of TFLs, 16 for Braswell as a rookie. 8.5 sacks for Frankie Louvu, 8 for Allen, 6.5 for Braswell, only 1 for Dorrance Armstrong. He got pretty good playing time too. I love this game. In interceptions, 3 for St. Juice, 2 for Wagner, Davis, and Chin, and then 1 for a few players. We did way better than I expected. I thought we would do well because in Madden, the lower overall your team, the better you do for God knows what reason, but I didn't think we would do this well. I thought we could maybe sneak into the playoffs. But of course, Patrick Mahomes wins MVP. Drake May at number 10 as a rookie. Also, Justin Fields up there for the Steelers. Apparently got the start over Russell Wilson. Terry McLaurin at number 7 for Offensive Player of the Year. What? How? Caleb Williams wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. How? Drake May was up there for MVP. Caleb Williams wasn't. I guess maybe he had rushing yards. Oh yeah, the Bears offense is still designed around Justin Fields. The Buccaneers somehow got Marvin Harrison Jr. and what happened to Baker Mayfield? We'll check that in a second. Tez Walker at number 6. This game is so weird. Chop Robinson wins Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Vikings. Braswell at 3. Did they cut Baker? Apparently. Oh, man, okay. Sure. Their cap space is probably going to be absolutely fucked. But we are going to be taking on the 10-7 Carolina Panthers in the wild card. We have a one last hurrah scenario, probably for Bobby Wagner. I don't know who else it could be for, unless it's like Cornelius Lucas. Yeah, it's Bobby Wagner. We'll take the plus 10 morale, I guess. And we have a first of many scenario. I don't have much hope for this game. I guess it's fine if we lose, because they're an 80 overall too. But we'll go play it cool, y'all know me. And let's see if we can somehow beat the Panthers. Probably not, but it's only year 1. Okay, we smoke them. We beat them 30-18. Sure, we're just really good, I guess. I can't wait to not be when we have an actual good roster. Ooh, but we have some pretty big upgrades. Sam Cosme, Chris Braswell, Braden Daniels, 3 starters. We have a recap for the one last hurrah, though. This should give us more morale or something like that. That is not Bobby Wagner, or whoever that's supposed to be. The default jerseys with the numbers overlapping for some reason. That's great. This game's well made, by the way. And we get some sweet, juicy staff points for the first of many. And we are going to have a playoff blizzard for the Packers here. Is he going to do the weird thing where he spins? Oh, yeah, there it is. I don't know why it does that. Their legs just don't move. Well, I guess that's what's going to be happening because it's a snow game, so I guess that's fitting. Lots of slipping. We definitely don't deserve to win this game, though. They're an 83 overall. They're going to have the snow advantage. They have home field advantage. Let's see what happens. We destroy them. Cool. We're going on a crazy run here. I don't know how, but we'll take it. We have another recap for the one last hurrah. We'll take even more morale. We're going to be maxed maxed out pretty soon. We have a recap for the playoff blizzard. Do we have enough scenarios? Good lord. Wait, what? Oh, I thought this was another one last hurrah, but it's the... Hey, 2,500 XP is pretty good for the snow game. And now we have a playoff rivals scenario because we're going to be taking on the 14-3 Dallas Cowboys. We'll go chess match. That's just what I always go. We'll see if Dan Quinn can get revenge on his former team. And if all the players they signed can get revenge on their former team. I don't even remember what this scenario was. We're having too many of them. We'll go be confident. Oh, it's hot opponent. Sure. And we have some upgrades. Oh yeah, for the 2,500 XP, we have a lot. That's huge. I really don't expect to win this game, especially because it's the Cowboys and they're a lot higher of an overall and a better record and at home. But I didn't expect to win the last one, so we'll see what happens. Okay, and in this game, we get smoked. All right, cool. But that was a much more successful year one than I expected. And let's get into year two. And in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys beat us just to lose 35-38 to the Ravens. Unlucky. But for the rest of the players, we are going to have to re-sign. The fifth year is 24 mil for Jahan Dotson. I think we'll just stick to re-signing him. He's interested, so we'll do that. I mean, I guess we don't really need cap space right now, but I don't know. Jeremy Chin, I guess, probably won't be back. Well, I mean, he didn't accept very player-friendly, so I doubt he's going to accept player-friendly, but we'll still... You know what? We'll do very player-friendly, but how about, like, 3 years? Okay, he does take that. Cool. I don't even know how much money it was, but I didn't want to do a 5-year deal. Benjamin St. Juste got star dev, so we'll do that. 3 years, 15 mil. He takes it. And then I don't really know if I want anyone else back, honestly. It's a lot of old players and backups. I guess we'll re-sign Tress Way. He doesn't take it. Awesome. How about Brandon McManus? He re-signs. Cool. All right, let's get into the offseason. But in free agency, it's a pretty good group. It's just kind of an old group, or like players we don't need. I was thinking about going for Nico Collins, but I mean, we could do that. We might be better off just drafting a receiver though, because I don't want to make this receiving core too expensive. I also wanted to tackle, but there weren't really any good tackles. And then there were almost just no good defensive players that we need at all. So we are going to go for David Njoku. We definitely need our tight end, or need a tight end. That's probably our biggest need. And he is very interested, so we'll try to sign him. And we're building a pretty good offense around Drake May. And it looks like he signs, and he does sign with us, so that's cool. So this is a pretty amazing offense, and let's get to the draft. We'll try to finish this team off. Pause. But here in the draft, we pick at number 30, which, you know, is the downside of going deep in the playoffs and not winning a Super Bowl. And of course, it did the silly, goofy thing where it just shows every player that's fully scouted as a top 5 talent, even though they're obviously not. So I cheated. I checked who the actual good tackles are because we should know that. And the one I want, even though he isn't fully scouted, I think I would take him anyways because look at his ratings. I think I would be able to put 2 and 2 together and figure out that he's the best. I think we're going to take him. I haven't looked at the guards, but usually they are better than tackles. None of them look exceptional, though. Keenan Traylor at center looks pretty good. Ooh, he looks really good. But we are going to go with Hal Biggs out of Texas A&M. I think he's going to be our left tackle. Braden Daniels did better than I expected, but still not very good. So we'll replace him here with Hal Biggs. He is a 77 overall, I think, and he does have hidden dev. That's cool. So we'll take it. And now we definitely need a linebacker. We have like Jamin Davis, and that's it. I guess we have Frankie Louvu, but we play him as a pass rusher. I didn't even look at the linebackers, though. I didn't do much scouting other than looking at the tackles. And then I looked at receivers. None of these guys look too great, though. You know what? I'm just going to go with Marcel McCollum. He has elite speed, elite acceleration, solid strength. There is also Rashawn Boone, just worse awareness. And then I don't know. He's a little stronger, but I like McCollum more. We definitely need a linebacker, so we'll take him. Normal dev, of course. Usually the run-stopping linebackers do have normal, so that's fine, but I think he's a good overall. 87 speed, 90 excel. We'll take it. And last pick, let's go with Javon Darby. He doesn't look great, but he has great acceleration at least, and then his ratings are pretty good. I just don't know what to do with this pick. We could also trade it back, but I'm too lazy to do that, so let's go with Javon Darby out of NC State. Probably will eventually get playing time, but not year one. Another normal dev, whatever. All right, I don't know how this draft is going to look on paper, but hopefully pretty good. But here's how we did in the draft. It was okay. Biggs is a 77, which that's of course good value. Again, I'm a dirty cheater, but no, I mean, looking at him, it was pretty glaringly obvious he was the best tackle available. So we'll take it, and I think he'll be our left tackle, like I said. McCollum's a 75. That was probably good value. Darby, another 75, again, good value. And then my last pick pick was Randy Tiller. He actually does have hidden dev. We got pretty unlucky with the dev traits, but at least he is hidden, I guess. He has 95 jumping, and he might be the most bald person I've ever seen. I don't know how to explain it, but he looks very, very bald. I don't know. Like, there are levels to baldness, and he's at the tier 4. And then the CPU, I don't know what these picks were, but Will Huffman, this running back, he looks good, normal dev, but 75 overall. We'll take 99 break tackle. I think I've seen that before. That's interesting. So how is he not the best running back of all time if he literally isn't tackleable? I wonder what it would be like to play with this player. Another pause, but that's really interesting. Definitely a decent draft, though. Not the best ever, but we did all right. There's Keenan Traylor. I forgot to take him. Fuck. He was the best player in the class. Oh, yeah, I was right that he was very good. I wish we took him. I'm stupid. I mean, I guess we weren't going to go back-to-back linemen, and we would have had to take him in the second round, but still, that's tough. All right, whatever. Let's get into year 2. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2. We're looking pretty good. I mean, an 82 isn't great, but we have a lot of potential for the future. We know what we will need to fix in the future, and everything is looking at least okay. I don't think we have any massive problems with this team anymore, thankfully. There are definitely things that could be better, at least overall-wise, like corner and the O-line, but those two things played pretty well last year, so we'll see what happens. I'm kind of surprised Drake May didn't go up to X Factor for, you know, being up there for MVP as a rookie, but whatever. I'm also surprised Brian Robinson didn't get Superstar. He was very good, but maybe this year, I don't know. Frankie Louvu and Jamin Davis got Superstar, which is nice, I guess, but I didn't think they would be the ones to get it. Either way, though, we're looking good. 83 overall offense, only an 81 overall defense, but both should develop pretty well throughout the year. So let's get to the midseason point of year 2, and I can't wait to be 1-6 or 1-5. Okay, well, no, we are thankfully not 1-6. We are 4-3, but we have one of the worst defenses in the league. Why? I mean, I guess an 82 probably isn't very good, so we'll say that's fair for now, but I thought it would be better than that. We do thankfully have one of the better offenses, though, so we'll take it. What's going wrong on defense? Or I guess I could just check from here. Or no, I can't, because we're in a bye week. God. Oh, Andrew Wiley. Holy shit. We're getting sacks, though. We're getting, well, not many picks. We have 3. I guess I've seen worse, but we're getting sacks, kinda. We'll just see if it fixes itself. But who do we have to re-sign this year? Terry McLaurin. That's tough, because he's not interested. 6 years? We'll go 6 years, 148 mil. It really isn't that expensive of a deal at all, but it's long. We'll see if he takes it, and he doesn't. Cool. I really don't think this team is going to re-sign Jonathan Allen. It doesn't really seem like he wants to be here, but I might. I might do it anyways. We'll go 2 years, 47 mil, and he takes it. Cool. I mean, money fixes everything. What can I say? Frankie Louvu, 4 years, 54 mil. He doesn't take it. Cool. Jamin Davis, 4 years, 40 mil. This team is slowly getting expensive. He does take it. Brian Robinson isn't interested, but 4 years, 29 mil. He doesn't. Why is nobody interested? Why? Jahan Dotson, 4 years, 46 mil. That's kind of expensive, but he takes it. Dorrance Armstrong isn't really getting much playing time. I mean, he is, but he's been bad in the playing time that he's been getting. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. And then I think that's about it for now. It's just a lot of depth. Thankfully, Andrew Wiley's due for a contract because he's been horrible, or at least this year. But let's just get to the end of the year. We might miss the playoffs. We might make them. We'll see. You never know with this game. Okay, yeah, that's about what I expected. We finished 7-10. We finished with one of the worst offenses, too, like a bottom 10 offense. What happened? Okay, Drake May wasn't as good this year statistically. That'll do it. Same with Brian Robinson. He was still good, but McLaurin, still 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. The rest of the receivers didn't really do a whole lot, though. The blocking. That'll do it, too. Wiley ended up not being that bad in the second half of the year, but I'm still not going to re-sign him. Tyler Biadasz was pretty horrible, too. And then we had a good amount of TFLs, 3 players with 13, sacks 9 for Louvu. Frankie Louvu is very good in this game. I mean, in real life, too, but he's like one of the better pass rushers in this game. I know 9 sacks wouldn't be crazy for real life, but players just don't get a lot of sacks in this game. At least good ones don't. But Braswell, 8.5 sacks, 7 for Allen. An interceptions, 3 for Emmanuel Forbes, 2 for Chin, and then 1 for a few players. It looks like our offensive stats looked worse than our defense. I mean, it's not like our defense shows yardage allowed, or like individual players don't show that stat, but I know our defense was also terrible. Mahomes wins another MVP. Cool. So much diversity here. Wait, that sounded weird. I mean, like, it's the same player every year. I'm checking NFC. I'm stupid. I was like, wow, we have no players for anything. But Tiller was up there at number 5 for Offensive Rookie of the the Year, and McCollum was up there at number 5 for Defensive Rookie of the Year, and we had nobody for Offensive or Defensive Player of the Year, of course. All right, well, I'm just going to chalk this one up to a certified Madden simulation moment, and we're going to run it back with the same playbooks and everything. Not exactly a great thing to run it back in real life when you weren't very good the year before, Seahawks, but in Madden, I feel like that's not the worst strategy because this game's so inconsistent. I'm feeling you know what, this was a Madden simulation-ass year. I'm feeling a Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl. It is neither of those teams. The Bills beat the 49ers 35-21, and the Bills win their first Super Bowl. That's fun, I guess. I don't care, but that's still fun. Oh, and let's see if we got any dev traits. I highly doubt we did, but I guess I might as well check. There was nobody on this team that did, like, particularly super well. Okay, no, Forbes did. That was the player I was thinking of, because he had 3 picks. That's cool, I guess. I don't know if he'll be great in real life. I didn't love that pick when they made it. I thought it was fine because he was a good scheme fit, but he was really bad last year. And Biggs does have superstar, so that's cool. Tiller, unfortunately, only has star. We'll probably just replace him this year, honestly. But who do we have left to re-sign? We still have a lot of money. Terry McLaurin will probably end up tagging because I don't think he's going to take this. I mean, he could, because I think it's more than we were offering him at the midseason. I don't know. And he does take it. Cool. Frankie Louvu, I think he was a little interested at the midseason, but now he isn't at all. But we'll offer him 6 years, almost 120 mil, and he doesn't take it. How much is a tag? 27? We might have to do that. We'll offer Brian Robinson 4 years, 33 mil, and he takes it. We'll pick up the 5th year for Emmanuel Forbes. Dorrance Armstrong, I'm good. Honestly, for the rest of these players, I think I'm good. I guess we'll re-sign Blake Gillikin, sure. And we will tag Frankie Louvu. I mean, we might as well. We have a lot of money, and hopefully he is more interested next year if we're doing well. But let's get into free agency, and hopefully there are some good players this year, because we might go kind of crazy. We'll see. I also might cut Tyler Biadasz if we can. That might free up even more money, because he was pretty terrible. It saves a little bit of money. He was good the first year, but it's really easy to draft a good center. I'm sorry, but goodbye. Oh, and there are some interesting players. What's happening? Where's the little top thing? Stage 1 of 0? What's happening? Why can we not scroll? Maybe if nope, I can't click on any players. All right, let me close out. The game's having yet another issue. Shocker. I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. Okay, there we go. Ooh, this is a pretty good free agent class. I wonder if it did the thing where just no teams can re-sign their players, because sometimes it does that for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a glitch or if, like, I just lost my train of thought. Chris Olave apparently hates that Maryland has no income tax. Or maybe it does and he doesn't want to pay income tax. Why is it so negatively affecting? Oh, it must be because they have income tax. I thought he was just a government meat writer or something. I thought he really wanted to pay them taxes. I see. The way that's phrased is weird. I forgot what I was talking about. Let's see who we can sign here. All right, well, I thought we were going to go hard, but we're just going to go for a couple players. We're going to go for Zach Tom and Connor McGovern, I guess another former Cowboy, to replace our former Cowboy at center. It looks like he's been playing better. He also might have been just a backup. I'm not 100% sure. He at least started for the Jets 1 year and did well. I don't know. I guess the Bills didn't want him. That's also weird. Do the Jets still have the other Connor McGovern in real life? Let me see. Okay, I guess not. Well, they replaced one Connor McGovern with the other. That's fun. But let's see if we can sign these 2 players. And oh yeah, by the way, I used to get Zach Tom a lot because he usually does very well in this game. So I'm glad he's here. Lag? Oh, okay. And we do get both Zach Tom and Connor McGovern. We'll take it. Not as crazy of a free agent class as I was hoping for, but a lot of the players I wanted had bigger offers I just couldn't compete for. So we had to do what we had to do. And let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, we have a top 10 pick, which is pretty nice. Now, our biggest need, which might not even be a need, is defensive end. I mean, we have a 71 overall there in KJ Henry, but Frankie Louvu pretty much plays defensive end for us. I don't really know if he plays any off-ball linebacker. Does he have a lot of tackles? He kind of does. He probably plays like maybe 75 edge, 25% off-ball because he had a few pass deflections. I don't know. Should I just make him a full-time defensive end? I mean, he is only 235. We'll leave him at outside linebacker. There were some really good tackles here. I can't remember who the best ones were, though, because it did the, again, silly, goofy thing where it just doesn't show us how good the players actually are, even though it should. The good ones were, I think it was Calhoun. God, I can't remember. And Peppers. Peppers was another really good one. But we don't really need O-line anymore. I might trade this pick back, honestly. Either that or we're gonna take JoJo Archer, but he doesn't look phenomenal. He looks pretty good. I think I like Greg Allen the most. Probably only like a 74 overall with normal dev, but we'll take a chance on him. Let's trade back to like 17, maybe? We could maybe trade back more, but I don't know how much I want to risk it. All right, we'll steal the Broncos' second round pick. We'll trade back to 18. I don't know what we're gonna do with the second round pick, but we'll do something. And hopefully the defensive end is still available. I think he might be. I think if he was gonna go, he would have gone one pick before us. We could even maybe trade back a little more. I mean, there are still a lot of defensive ends left. Should I trade back another or a few more spots? I might. Double trade back? I'm feeling it. How much do I want to push my luck? I think 22 would be safe. I could have just looked right there who had 22, but instead I'm doing this for some reason. There it is, the Eagles. I mean, this is an interdivision trade back, but it happens from time to time, I guess. We'll pick up a 3 and a 6 next year. We probably could have traded back even farther, but whatever. Greg Allen's probably going to be horrible, but at least we got value for this pick, so let's take him. He does have hidden. Okay, maybe not. Only 80 speed, which is fine for 273 pounds, but 87 strength and 88 acceleration. He looks pretty good. Again, probably like a 74, but I'm happy he has a hidden dev. Chris Brown, that's great. Should I go with the tackle here? I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but I know he is good. He looks really good too, so again, well, he should be fully scouted actually, like he is, and it should tell us that he's like a first round talent or whatever he is. He's a 75 overall, so I guess that would be first to second. We'll try to get him round 3 or at least later second. Sheldon Spears ran a 4.37 and has elite speed, elite agility, and elite acceleration. Justin Williamson ran a 4.32 and has great speed, good agility, and great acceleration. Interesting. Sure. I think I'm gonna go with Spears though because of the elite traits, and his play rec isn't good. What's Williamson's play rec? C? We'll still go Spears. He's probably good. Normal dev, great. And last pick I'm gonna show, let's just go with Marcus Peppers. I couldn't really find anyone else I wanted. We could probably get him in the early 3rd, but I mean, we might as well take him here. He'll still be good value. So sounds good. He does also have hidden dev, 90 strength. We'll take it. This feels like a pretty good draft. I think we did well this year. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how good the defensive end is. My guess is like a 74, but hopefully better. Okay, well, Allen was a little better than a 74. He was a 75, which that's not... Let me see where he ranks in the class. Where does a 75 rank? Probably wasn't necessarily worth the pick, but it was like our only need, so... Okay, 75 was tied for 23rd. There were a lot of 75s, though, so I don't know. That was a whatever pick. And it looks like he was the best player I could have taken. I mean, Garner was a 77 at outside linebacker, but he's a speed rusher. I wanted a power rusher, so... If we wanted a defensive end, he was the best one we could have gotten. And then Spears was a 76. That's really good value. Peppers, like I said, 75. And then Melvin Webster, I took him. I took these next 3 players. Melvin Webster, hidden dev, 75 overall. We might start him. We'll see. Just on the off chance he has a really good dev trait. Then these 2 picks weren't great. The CPU picked a good blocking tight end and then a pretty decent defensive tackle too. This was a good draft. We'll take it. A surprisingly good draft. And let's get into year 3. But here we are heading into year 3. The team is pretty good at an 85 overall. Not the best, but a lot better than what we started with. But here's the offense. It's pretty much the same as last year, just a better offensive line. We're going to also put Peppers at center at 6'6", 239 or 339. We'll see how that goes. He's a good run blocker, I guess. Sure, why not? And then the defense is also pretty much just the same, just with Webster and Allen starting. We'll see how Greg Allen does. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but hopefully some. Because I don't want to replace Luvu and Braswell with him completely because they've both been really good. But I want to get Allen a little playing time. We'll see what we do there. But we should hopefully do well this year. If we're not doing well by the midseason, I'll definitely change our playbooks to something else. I love always playing the game of playbooks. It's always super fun. But let's get to the midseason point and we will see how we're doing. Okay, well, we are 3-4 at the midseason, and we actually have one of the worst defenses in the league again. So I think we're going to change our defensive playbook. Just the question is, which one do we want to go with? Because I don't think the Commanders is particularly good. I'm just going to go with the Bills. It works sometimes. It doesn't work other times. We'll just see what it does here. But as for dev traits, we don't have... No, we have Webster revealed. He only has star, but Allen also probably only has star. I guess he has developed a little bit, so maybe it's better, but probably just star. Honestly, our offense should be doing better than it is. I mean, it's an 88 overall. Our defense isn't that great on paper, but we'll hope our offense bounces back in the second half of the year, because I've seen this Commander's offense be amazing with not that good of talent. I think this just chalks up to Madden hating me, which is understandable. But who do we have to re-sign. We, of course, have Frankie Louvu again, but Jartavius Martin, Deron Payne, and then that might be it for starters. We have Jake Elliott, and then we'll have the 5th year for Drake May. But honestly, this isn't too bad. We just don't have a lot of money, but we can restructure. We'll offer Frankie Louvu. Wow, he is a lot cheaper than he was last year. Why is that? We'll offer him 5 years, 61 mil, and he, of course, doesn't take it. Jartavius Martin, we don't really need him back. I know he was good last year, but he hasn't really developed that much, and he isn't interested. Deron Payne will go 2 years, 34 mil. He also doesn't take it despite being almost full interest. I hate this game. Why does nobody want to come back? Good lord. We'll re-sign Drake May at the end of the year, or give him the 5th year option. Let's just get to the end of the year. We'll see what happens. Okay, and actually, before I reveal how we did in year number 3, question of the day, I almost forgot to ask this again. This is an interesting question, but who is one player you don't want your team to draft this year, that you think your team is going to draft and you don't want them to? Let me know that down in the comments below. I don't know if I have an answer for the Seahawks. Actually, I do. I have this, I mentioned this in the mock draft I did on my second channel, which linked to my second channel in the description, but I have this sick, disgusting feeling that the Seahawks are going to draft Junior Colson in the 1st round. I like Junior Colson a lot. I would be cool with that in like the 2nd round. I think they have bigger needs than linebacker, but I just have this gross feeling that they're gonna take him round 1. I don't know. They're gonna do something goofy this year. I already know it. It's been not my favorite offseason if you haven't watched my videos before. If you have, I'm sure you've heard enough of that, but I don't know. Let me know who you think your team is gonna draft down below that you wouldn't like. I phrased that really poorly, but you know what I mean. Also, while you're down there, be sure to leave a like on the video. I would appreciate it. But in year number 3, we finished 7-10. You hate to see it. So back-to-back 7-10 seasons when we probably deserve to be better. I mean, we're an 86 overall team. Where does that rank? Probably not the best, but it looks above average, maybe. Yeah, I mean, the Browns are an 81. Definitely not the best team in the league, but we're probably better than our record. Shocker. Again, let's go super quick over the season stats. Drake May was better this year, it looks like. Ooh, he was really good. Almost 4,000 yards, 31 touchdowns, and only 4 picks. We'll take it. I was running out of breath there for some reason, so I said picks really aggressively. Brian Robinson has been getting worse every year. I mean, still 1,000 yards, but only 4 yards per carry, which that's okay. 10 touchdowns, I guess. That's cool. 1,100 yards for Terry McLaurin, 12 touchdowns, and 1,000 yards for Randy Tiller. Why? I had our receiving core laid out the exact same way it was last year, and this year it used Tiller a lot more. I mean, okay, sure. The blocking wasn't great. The guards were both good. Ooh, Sam Cosme joins the all-castration team, which, if you don't know, is my imaginary list of players that don't allow a sack in a season, but I think he's already been on that list multiple times, but he did very well. We'll take it. Jamin Davis had 130 tackles, TFLs, 18 for Louvu, 14 for Braswell, and 13 for Allen, and sacks. 14.5 for Chris Braswell. We'll take it. Could very well go up to X Factor. He has 94 playing up to a 95 finesse moves. That's crazy. And then Allen with 7 sacks, only 5 for Louvu this year. I mean, he had a lot of TFLs and looks like he did okay in coverage, but, or wait, no, I'm looking at interception yards. I'm fucking stupid. He had 0 pass deflections. Greg Allen with 5 sacks as a rookie. He did pretty well. He didn't get that many snaps. And then interceptions, it looks like we had 6 total. Everybody had 1. But MVP, let me guess, Patrick Mahomes. I was hoping it would be different, but nope. Hudson Redman. That's their Brock Purdy replacement. Interesting. We can really just throw anybody in there and they'll do well, huh? But Chris Braswell, I said that really weird. Braswell was at number 4 for Defensive Player of the Year. Chop Robinson won it for the Falcons, or the Vikings. I'm drinking that stupid juice today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Fletcher was at number 10 for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I definitely know who that is. And Greg Allen was at number 7 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Webster at number 10. What did Webster even do? I don't know. But we are going to be heading into what is probably going to be the final season of this rebuild. So I'm going to do as much as I can in free agency, and we will just see how good we can make this team. I almost want to do something like what I did in the last rebuild, the one I did yesterday, which is a lot of fun. You should watch that after this. But in the last year, we just went absolutely insane in free agency. We spent all of our money, signed about 1 million players. I don't know if that's realistic, though. That's the thing. It could be argued, though. I mean, we saw what the Patriots did like 3 years ago or whatever that that was. We saw how that worked out for him, but I think I'm gonna do it. You can say it's unrealistic. I don't care. It would be fun, all right? I want to actually be good. But in the Super Bowl, the Bears beat the Bills. The Bills make it again and lose this one. That looks like it was a boring Super Bowl to watch. Not close and very low scoring. But yeah, we're going to go as hard as we can in free agency. And Drake May, I mean, the 5th year doesn't matter, but we'll pick it up. We'll go very player-friendly again for Frankie Louvu. We'll see if he takes this. He should, and he does. Cool. I think if it's a better offer you submit him at the end of the year than the one you gave him at the midseason, they'll just, like, automatically take it, which is interesting. We'll go neutral again, but 2 years for Daron Payne. I think it's a little more expensive now, so he should take it, and he does. And then everyone else is just a bunch of backups. I guess we'll re-sign Jake Elliott, and let's see what we can do in free agency. I'll restructure a ton of deals, and we should have a decent amount of money, even though we don't right now. I mean, we don't have a terrible amount of money, but we should hopefully have a lot. Okay, well, we were able to free up, what, almost 50 mil from just restructuring, like 44 or whatever. Can we cut anyone too? Let me see. We don't really need McGovern anymore. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst to keep him, but nah, we'll just keep him. He's a good backup, and if Peppers sucks at the midseason, we can sub McGovern in. But let's see who is going to be available in free agency. Okay. A lot of good players, but not many are interested. Why do we... Oh my, it's doing this again? Stage 1 of 0? Why? I think it also did the thing again where it just doesn't let teams re-sign players. I think I remember that happening in older games, but I haven't seen that for a while, where week 1 of free agency would be bugged out and it would be like a super strong class. It's weird. I think I also remember a time where that would happen, but when you load it back in, it would show a different group of players, but like a worse group. That's why I think that this is like everybody that was due for a contract. It doesn't let teams re-sign anyone. I don't know. I'm just yapping. Let me look through here and we will see what kind of players we can get or how many of these guys we can get. Okay, this might be an even crazier free agent class than I went for in the last rebuild. This one's a little... I mean, it's not as many players, but it is better players. We are going to go for Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, Zay Flowers, 3 Ravens players, Joey Porter, and Jaden Reed. This is a little crazy, but it would be fun. I don't know if we're going to get all these guys. I think we'll get most of them. You know, can I go very player-friendly for Kyle Hamilton, or at least player-friendly so we can guarantee that we get him? I guess we can't really afford player-friendly. Okay, never mind. We'll just go neutral. Again, we're maybe losing a little bit of the realism here, but I want to be better than 7 and 10. So let's see if we can get this group of players. Did everybody sign? No. Aw. Okay, we get Kyle Hamilton and Joey Porter Jr. That's great, but I don't think we're going to get Linderbaum or Zay Flowers. Jaden Reed maybe, but if these two are going to sign with us, they would have signed with us last week or last phase of 3 or eval period, whatever. I guess that's what it's called. It says up there. AJ Brown goes back to the Titans. That's interesting. Do we have another option at center? I mean, we could do something weird and sign Joe Tooney and play him at center. He's a lot more expensive than Linderbaum, though. Let me resubmit this offer to Linderbaum and up the money. We'll see if that does anything. That seems like a worse offer. Or no, it's good. Okay, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how to get all these guys. Let's see if we can sign them. Okay, so Linderbaum and Flowers sign, and we don't get either of them. Great. Well, let's go for Steve Avila at center. That's a pretty big downgrade. Why? Literally nobody's interested in us. I guess we haven't been good, but we haven't been that bad. The Titans also got Zay Flowers. Interesting. We don't really need Marvin Mims. We have Jahan Dotson, so we're not going to go for another receiver. We need to do something with this money, though. You know what? Let's just get Khalil Mack and Kenneth Murray and Rasul Douglas and Taylor Decker, maybe? I don't know. All right, new group of players, a lot of players, but worse players. Not that much worse, though. Let's see if we can get them, and everybody signs, and I think we got all of them. So not the original group of players I wanted, but good ones, so we'll take it. And let's get to the draft where I have no idea what we're gonna do. Okay, and wait, actually, I don't know how what did I do? How did I unselect Jaden Reed? I didn't mean to do that, but I freed up some money through restructures, and now we could be able to sign him? Okay, he signs, and we do get him. Okay, I don't know what I did, but we get him now, so that's cool. Ooh, the Panthers got Jadeveon Clowney. I like that. I mean, that edge group, I hate saying edge. That pass rush group was horrible after they traded Brian Burns, so that's a pretty big pickup. That was my main drawback with predicting the Panthers to be decent this year, and I don't know. Jadeveon Clowney was pretty damn good last year. We'll see. I don't know. I predicted the Panthers to be decent last year, and they were literally the worst team in the NFL, so we'll see. But here in the draft, we pick at number 11. I don't know what we're gonna do. I forgot to cheat. I'm kind of excited for the draft to happen, because then I won't have to use these fucking custom draft classes year one, because it ruins the rest of my drafts. It makes it so we can't see how good these players actually are without cheating. Mike Brown looks pretty good. We don't need receiver anymore though, but he looks pretty good. I forgot to cheat though, that sucks. Ashton Johnston, that's a hard name to say for some reason, at least for me. He looks pretty good. The question is, will this glitch ever be fixed? Probably not. Unless they, change how the drafts work, then I guess it would have to be if they overhaul it, but I don't know. Probably not. I know a lot of people like this new style of draft, but there are just it could be amazing. There's just some things wrong with it. I don't know if I'm a fan all the way. There's some pretty good linemen here though. Ooh, Spencer Jeffers looks good. These right guards are crazy. What's Derek Samuel's strength? Elite? Ooh, he looks really good. Somehow only C power with elite strength, but whatever. I kind of like Brian Fernandez. We're gonna have about 1 million offensive linemen, but I don't really know what else to do. Actually, there was a really good looking corner who is gone. Okay, cool. Steve Lennon looks good, but I don't know if he's good enough to start year one. All right, I think our best chance at a starter for this season is Brian Fernandez. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 92 strength. Cool. That was technically a reach. He was a first to second round projection, but I think he was worth it, hopefully. Let's go with another lineman. I mean, our line hasn't been the best. It hasn't been bad, but again, I don't know what else to draft. I like Derek Samuels. Not the best power, but everything else looks really good. Sure. Another hidden dev, another 92 strength. Cool. And last pick I'm gonna show of this rebuild. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Eric Rogers. He actually looks interesting. Sure. He won't get any playing time, but looks good on paper. His power move sucks, but good block shed. Sure. Another hidden dev. Cool. We're getting all the hidden devs when we don't have time to develop them and they won't get any playing time, so that's great. Wish we could have gotten these earlier. Thanks, Madden. I'm just a ray of sunshine today. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Fernandez was gonna be like an 80 something, like an 80 at least. And I thought Samuels was gonna be like a 78. I mean, 76s are okay, but those weren't great picks. Who cares? This draft didn't matter anyways. Does anything really matter? Ashton Johnston was good. I forgot to take him. Whatever. Let's get into year 4. But here's a look at the team heading into the final year of the rebuild. Only an 87 overall. This is like one of the lowest overall realistic rebuilds I've ever done, which an 87 is probably pretty good, but I was definitely correct with my prediction that this one wouldn't be super easy. Not that this team is bad though. I feel like it looks a lot better than its overall. Like, we don't really have many major flaws with this team at all. The only thing I am really worried about is the O-line. It just hasn't been playing well despite being a pretty good overall. I mean, if this was an actual offensive line like 84, 80, 76, 86, like this would be a really good offensive line, but Fernandez as a 76 is only ranked 23. Like, he's below average technically, but he should develop a lot. We'll just see how this team does. You never know. We could be great, we could be terrible, but I did my best, all right? So let's just get straight to the end of year number 4, and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, here we are at the end of year number 4, and before I reveal how we did in the final year of the rebuild, if you enjoyed today's video, again, be sure to leave a like on the video. I would very much appreciate it. It helps me know y'all want to see more like this. It helps YouTube know that people enjoy this video. I would appreciate it. I hate to be annoying, but, it is what it is. And then subscribe for more, because if you liked this video, then most of my videos are like this. So I'm sure you would like the rest of them. And like I said earlier, something special coming very soon for 50K. Should be out like early next week-ish. Maybe Sunday, I don't know. But anyways, let me be petty. We are an 88 overall, and we probably would be a better overall if we had positive morale, which an 88 isn't exactly the best, but we also could be an 89 or a 90. Even at an 88, we have one of the best rosters in the league, but we could assume if we did well, we would be at least an 89 because of morale and development. So yeah, we would be one of the best rosters in the league, and we already are. But because Madden, because EA, we finished 8 and 9. And let me show y'all something. That's impressive that we finished 8 and 9 because we started 1 and 8. We started 1 and 8. I changed the playbooks and I benched a couple of the linemen at the mid-season, and that made us do a lot better, but still we couldn't bounce back enough from, you know, this massive underperformance because this game's horrible. I switched to the Kansas City offense, and we finished with a really good offense. We were like 30th at the midseason. We finished with a top 10. That's crazy. And I just went back to the Commanders defensive playbook. Maybe I should have stuck with that, but it definitely didn't start out well in this rebuild. I don't know, skill issue. I should have built a better team. I don't know. Of course, the one time we made the playoffs was when we had like a 79 overall team. I love this game. Never change. Gives me good content. But I feel like I did my part. This is a really good roster on paper for what we started with, and I tried my best. But thank you all so much for watching. This was a fun one, despite not getting much success. I figured we wouldn't, but still a crazy looking team and a very, very colorful defense. Lots of reds, yellows, silvers, a blue, an interesting looking team. But again, let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. Subscribe for more and leave a like on the video. I would appreciate it. But thank you all so much for watching. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.